I'm Lee Waddell, original Ghostface from Scream 1.
Hi, I'm Alan Robinson, Scream 2's Ghostface.
Hi, and I'm Jeff Brockton, Scream 3's Ghostface, and you are watching
Craven.
Something
Scary.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, visitors, subscribers, my patrons, and of course, my channel members, otherwise known as my Cravenites. Welcome to Craven Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. And tonight, guys, is a very special night. I'm excited for my guest tonight. First time coming on the channel, and as someone who I have watched their content for a good while now, and really enjoy what he does. We'll get into it. We'll get into it, but I'm a big fan. And it's really great that he's taking the time tonight to be with us, and so that you guys can enjoy it as well, and everyone watching on replay weeks, months, hopefully from now as well. So we're going to get into that. One thing I want to mention, though, we have our guest for 1 full hour, which is amazing. And we're going to be talking Scream 7 tonight, theories, thoughts, ideas for the movie. We're going to also be talking about some Stu Macher, because Mike is also a fellow Stu truther, and you know the fun we have talking about Stu Macher over here. So we're going to dive into all of that tonight, and I do want to see your theories and your thoughts that you may have regarding Scream 7 and Stu Macher in general. So send those in the comments, and I will get to as many as possible. But keep in mind, as the volume grows, as we continue to go live, and we have limited time, and plus I have a lot of questions too, and I'm sure Mike has some great theories we're going to talk about. So we're limited on time. I'm not going to be able to get to everyone's question or comment. So just know that, and don't take it personal, okay? It's just the numbers and volume and time. However, there is one way, if you want to make sure that Mike and I take a look at your theory or your comment about Stu or Scream 7, if you send in a super chat, I promise you that I will not end the stream until your question or comment or theory is on the screen, and Mike and I will discuss it and give you our thoughts on whatever it is you'd like to share with the whole world who's watching. So super chats, you can send those in. It also really helps the channel as well. You're helping to keep the lights on here at the channel. So it's a win-win for everybody, and you have that avenue should you choose to do so. All right. So having said all of that, let me introduce my amazing guest, first time on Craven Something Scary, and I hope it's not the last. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mike from We Watched a Movie. What is up, Mike?
What's up, guys? Hey, dude, that was such a sweet intro. I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much.
Oh, absolutely. I meant every word of it, Mike. Every word of it. And I'm just so thrilled that you made the time at your busy schedule to be here tonight. I appreciate that very much. And I know my community is very excited as well. So
honored to be here, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Well, listen, you want to just dive in? Let's get and start. Let's do it. All right. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time dwelling on the past, because I think we have a bright future ahead. But I just want to say, as the fallout of Melissa Barrera, Jenna Ortega, all that happened, Christopher Landon unfortunately stepped down, but I understand why, and I support Christopher in his decision. And it left us in a bit of a limbo state. We were really like just for the franchise, right? Scream 7 is like just dangling with no director, and the core four is halfway blown up. And then, though, we get this announcement from Neve Campbell on her Instagram, no less, that she's back, and there's a script on in the picture's a script. And she also breaks the news that we've got Kevin Williamson back, Mike, but this time directing the film. So I've got to ask you, give me your thoughts on, after all the fallout happened, and then when we found out this news, what were you thinking?
Buddy, I was so happy. Like, not obviously for Melissa Breyer to drop out and all that stuff. That was unfortunate, however you look at it, you know?
Right.
And I was always, people give me crap all the time now because I always get in arguments with people on Twitter, like the faceless accounts on Twitter about the Breyer
Of
stuff.
course.
Like, I was Scream 5. After Scream 5, I was like, I think Melissa Breyer is getting an unfair, cut. I thought she was great in Scream 5. I
Okay.
thought that when she came into that situation, that's a hard situation to come into. Scream's been dormant for so long, and then she has to come in a movie with Sidney Prescott. And there's this whole idea out there that she's supposed to be the new Sidney, and she's in this with a stacked cast, and there's so much going on. And, Jenna Ortega stole the show in a couple of those scenes there. And I thought she did a great job with the moment. I thought she became an important character when she killed Richie at the end,
Yes.
And she kind of came into her own. And then I thought she killed it in Scream 6. I really did. But then obviously that stuff happened, and it's unfortunate. But, I don't think they, I never thought they should throw out the baby with the bathwater, so to speak, if that even makes sense. I think it does. Yeah.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out. So when they announced that that's what they were going to do with it, I was like, oh, thank goodness, because like we live in a world where we just had Friday the 13th yesterday and got nothing. And we have got Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street and forever. The fact that whoever the powers that be, and the Kevin Williamsons in the world and the Nev Campbells of the world do whatever they have to do to keep the franchise going when they could have just gave up so long, I got so excited. And I've been that way every piece of news along the way. I'm like, oh, now we're doing this. Oh, now Beltrami's back. I was like, dude, I'm on cloud 9. It went from a bad situation to obviously there's still unfortunate things that happen to like, I'm more excited about a Scream. I'm excited about every Scream. So that's not really fair to say, but I'm really excited about this Scream.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. One of my wish list items when this was announced was that I'm like, come on, Kevin, you've got to bring Marco back, please, because I don't know about you, nothing against Brian Tyler. He's very competent, very talented, but I just did not connect with the scores of either 5 or 6. I just did not connect with them personally. And, and Marco Beltrami's scores from the first 4, they're so memorable, and it just felt like Scream. And I'm really hoping that with Beltrami back, and I saw a post on Instagram that he's going to be finishing up scoring it in August. So he's taking his time, which is great. And 2 months to score this movie, Mike. And what are your thoughts about Beltrami specifically? Do you think we're going to get that old school Scream feel, the Wes Craven days?
Man, shout out, by the way, to, I agree with you. Brian Tyler did great, but shout out to how they did the soundtrack on 5 and 6. At least the soundtrack still had. I think that's one thing about Radio Silence, whether you love them or don't. They knew those really important aspects of Scream that they had, and they still did the needle drops where they would cut a scene, and then all of a sudden the next song would start to play at the right time. And I'm sure, obviously, this, like in Scream 2, when right after he throws CC off the balcony and then it cuts into the Everclear song.
Yes,
that kind of thing is so beautiful and so important to Scream, and they nailed that, I feel like. So shout out to the soundtracks that they did. But I hope they do that again here. But you're right, man. The Beltrami thing is such a thing, because as good as a job as Brian Tyler did, even in the opening scene of Scream, man, and you go back and you watch that, it really adds something to like when he's killing Drew Barrymore, and you hear those grunts and those weird sounds, and the score's like doing that thing that it does, man. It gives you chills. Like, it's so good. And like, I think there's just some things that are of one of one that you can't replace. And I think man, that was a big one to me. That's like Roger Jackson coming back as Ghostface, even though we expect it.
Right.
Like if we had a movie without him, right? And then like all of a sudden he's back. That's kind of what that announcement feels like to me. Like, oh, that's a big deal,
Yes, I agree. I think it's such a huge part of the movie at the end of the day, the score. And it really is. These scenes aren't, they'll still have tension, but that music and score fitted with those scenes man, that's what makes that tension so tight. It's so strong and
Yeah.
suspenseful. And there's no one better in my mind than Marco Beltrami for Scream. I think it's like he's born to do it almost, in my opinion. And so that was fantastic news. I was honestly hoping to. It didn't happen. I was hoping for Patrick Lussier to return to edit the film because he edited the Wes Craven Screams.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really hoping, but that's okay. Hey, I'll take one of the, if you can't get both, we'll take one of two, right?
Yeah, as much as you can push in there, man. And that's the thing too. Like you could know a hardcore Scream fan, and not to say that you don't have to be. You could just enjoy the movies for what they are. But it's all there's a small pocket of us that really get what just the score guy coming back really means to this particular franchise. It's a big deal.
Yes, it is. Totally, man. I'm so excited. I'm waiting for that teaser trailer. Whenever in October, November, or December, or whatever they're going to do it.
Yeah. When do you think it's going to come? By the way, like if you had to guess, when do you think that thing's going to wreck our day?
For me, yeah, I know, right? For me, the teaser trailer, like we're talking like the less than a minute, right? 60 seconds or less trailer. I'm predicting possibly the Halloween season to get in there for some of these previews with horror films that'll be coming out. And I think maybe October, Halloweenish, and then the full trailer with hopefully no spoilers, Spyglass. Gosh, I'm thinking Christmas week for the full-blown trailer.
I love it. That sounds
how
great
about
to
you?
me.
Is that what you?
No, I thought October too. And I try to do the math in my head. It's always confusing when they drop when, but like the math on that makes sense. I think October would be perfect. That's got to be, and I'm with you. Thank God it's not Universal, right? If it was a Universal movie, the whole damn movie would be in the trailer.
It would be terrible.
But,
yeah.
So at least it's not that. I don't know. Did you feel like the trailers for 5 and 6? Did you feel like they spoiled too much?
Only one of them. So Scream 5 showed Amber on fire in the kitchen. It showed Sam stabbing Richie when he's on the floor. You see his hair, his blue plaid shirt. That's all in the trailer, man. It basically showed the killers in the trailer. And Scream 6, though, however, I will have to give them credit. I think hopefully they learned their lesson from the first one, and Radio Silence said, don't do that again, hopefully, because 6 was much better. I didn't feel like they spoiled much of anything, especially no killer reveals in 6. So I was happy with the trailer.
That's why you're on it. I didn't even notice that in the trailers. Like even in 5, I didn't notice it. And like, I'm the same way. I'm on these things with a fine-tooth comb, but man, you're good at what you do, brother.
Well, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I try my best. I do. All right, so we've got ourselves a new Sidney Prescott Scream film, and I'm a legacy fan, OG fan. I was there in the theaters for Scream 1. I'm Old Man River. I was there, and I was in every theater. I mean, a theater for every Scream movie. So, for me, hearing the news that Sidney's back front and center was like, it was like a whole band playing a symphony in front of me to my ears, because I love that. Are you excited to have Sidney back as the focus, and probably her daughter as well? But Sidney's going to be at least 50% of the focus, I think. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's great. And I think what Kevin Williamson said about it recently in an interview where he kind of I'm sure it sounded like he was kind of pooping on the guys who did it before, but like, I don't think he was, because obviously they're writing the movie with him now. So I'm sure it wasn't intentional, but you remember when he was just like, yeah, she'll come back and she'll help them shoot Ghostface, but she actually wants a part, she wants something that she can chew on. And I think we were so excited to get Scream 5 and so excited to have Nev back that maybe some of us didn't realize it. I mean, definitely some people did. Some people are picking apart everything, but like for me, I was just happy to have her back and for it to be a good Scream movie. But looking back on it now, if you're honest, you can look at Scream 5 and be like, as much as I love that movie, it was a little ridiculous, right? Like she just shows up and she's like, I'm bored. And then, so to have them bring her back and focus, on her and do something. Kevin Williamson's right. Do something we've never done before. We've never really just like caught up with her today. How's your life? You know, what's going on? What are you doing now? It's crazy because like I don't know if I should say the coffee shop thing. I don't know if that's real or not.
Coffee shop. It is.
Yeah.
It's real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like
I know that for
that.
sure. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I saw a thing where she owns a coffee shop now, and it did make me laugh a little bit. It was like, man, if you go through like, there was like a Scream 2 script. I think it was Scream 2 where she worked at a daycare. I think Scream 2 or Scream 3. Yeah. Like a never made Scream 2 or 3 script, an early script where she like worked at a daycare and like saw the killings on the news or whatever. And I'm like, through the non-main movies and the movies that they made, she's just had such a wild career directory. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? She goes from high school or college student. She goes to college, by the way, just become, you know, like a hotline operator in Scream 3 because of what she's doing. And then she's a book writer. Now she owns a coffee shop. I'm like, man, Sidney she's got a resume. She's got a lot of stuff going on.
She does.
Yeah.
Yes,
but no, I
does.
think the biggest thing, I've said this for a while, I've said it so much that I kind of forget to mention it, is that the important thing I think is to focus on her and her kids, because I think all audience members, even the detractors of Scream, are like, okay, Sidney lives again. She has to die or be Ghostface, or I'm not interested because plot armor, whatever. And you've got Sidney in literal movies going, I'm bored. I'm not scared of this at all. Like, if your lead actress has no chance to die, or lead character has no chance to die, right, and no chance to really be in peril, and they're not scared, like, where's the tension come from? And I think throwing her kids in the mix, all of a sudden, she's not going to be so brazen, like, whatever. She's going to be like, these are my kids, and I have to protect them. And she's going to be scared again, and then we're going to be scared again. I think that's going to be huge.
I think that's huge, too. And it's a great point because, you know, we all know Sidney's not going to die. But that doesn't, but what you just said makes a lot of sense. The tension that would be there if she was a character that we didn't know was going to die has been replaced with now her with her daughter. And I think that's it was well stated. And and
they'll kill those kids.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that's
they'll
right.
Do that. They'll put Sidney through it.
Absolutely. If you're in high school, man, you're on the table.
Oh, the high schoolers probably toast, right? The small kids are probably safe, but the high schoolers,
you're gone.
That's what Scream 8's about. It's vengeance.
Real quick, just want to say a shout out to my moderator tonight, Sarah Campbell in the house. Thank you, Sarah, for moderating the chat and keeping it a fun, friendly, positive place, and for sharing links like Mike's link. So if anyone is here and you've not yet subscribed to We Watched a Movie, please go subscribe to Mike's channel right now. Hit that, I say smash that subscribe button, and then go watch his content. It's great stuff over there. And looks like DJ just subbed, Mike. There we go. We got another sub.
Thank you very much, DJ. Appreciate that. And by the way, shout out Sarah. I saw her while in the waiting room. Excellent intro, by the way. I love the little blood drips. That's cool. Yes. And you know, you got an awesome voice. So like the intro, just like I felt like I was somewhere. I felt like I was in a comfortable leather chair. It was nice. But I saw Sarah in the chat over there just working it up, man. What a asset she is.
Oh, you said
Good
it
job,
best.
Sarah.
She is an amazing part of this community, a friend of mine, and a moderator. I mean, she takes it so serious, man, and she does an amazing job. So all my Cravenites, be sure you shout out to Sarah tonight. Tell her how much you appreciate it, because trust me, if she wasn't here doing this would not be the same experience, because there's no way I can catch all the flowing chat from 60 people and still talk to my guests. It's impossible. So
it takes a village.
It does. It so does. And oh, good. DTA just subbed to you also, Mike. So that's great, guys.
Appreciate it,
Keep
man.
it up.
Appreciate it. Some of you guys might unsub immediately, and I won't take offense to it. Neither of us will. It'll be all right.
I love it.
It'll be fun.
Real quick, we do have some super chats that have come through, and I always promise you go ahead of everyone else. So real quick, speaking of Sarah, how ironic is this? Sarah is celebrating being a channel member for 28 months. My goodness, over 2 years.
Go, Sarah.
That is amazing. Says, I'm so lucky to have found this community. Well, Sarah, I feel the same, and we all, I know collectively, feel the same about you. We're lucky to have you. We're blessed to have you. And Thank you for your faithful support every month for 28 months. That makes such an impact. Really helps me with the channel to do more things, get more software, enhance stuff. So I really appreciate it, Sarah. You're awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And real quick, Dana. Hey, Dana has been celebrating her first month as a channel member. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And it's so great to have you in the Cravenite family. It's awesome. All right, let's see here. Paula sent in a $2 super chat. Thank you, Paula. She says, I have a theory. Gail reports I think she says the death. Reports the death of Sam and Tara on the air. Oh, that's dark, Mike. That is dark. Do you think they're going to really kill them off? Or what do you think that's possible? What are your thoughts?
I don't think it's a great idea, Paula. Like, it's a great idea. And I thought the same thing myself. I'm like, what if the studio just really wanted to be snarky, just be like, oh yeah, it's like, you know, that joke in Happy Gilmore when the girl breaks up with him and then his mom asks or his granny asks how his girlfriend was, and he's like, oh, she's dead, she got hit by a bus. Like, if they wanted to be snarky and do that to Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega's characters, I mean, it would be funny. Like, it would be hard not to laugh at that. But you have so many people that like still work with them and are friends with them. I think that the artists working on it are gonna try to they'll probably safeguard it from, even if Spyglass wants to use the characters to do something snarky like that, I don't think they'll let them. And I think that they're kind of hoping that at some point maybe they can finish that core 4 storyline. If tensions ease and people figure a couple things out, who knows? Who's to say that like maybe after this movie they don't go back and do that later on, because it's kind of a fluent situation. But what makes that so interesting is Chad and Mindy being back. Like, they're not just writing them off. We're not pretending they don't exist. So that actually lends credence to what Paula said. Maybe they do show up because their friends were killed or something. Like, it's so fascinating, man. We know so much and yet we know so little, which is nice. It's true. And I think you're right. I think they want to leave personally the door open for Sam and Tara down the road. Because, if Gary Barber, which that guy, the head of Spyglass, I have such disdain for him. He didn't pay Nev and 6. And then the whole Melissa thing. I'm like, if this guy ever leaves Spyglass to do something else, I think she might come back. I think that could happen. I mean, things like that happen all the time. That's right. Definitely. So, Paula, great idea. And I appreciate the super chat. Thank you for supporting the channel and sending in a great theory. One thing, Mike, I think you and I both have learned following the field business the closest we do is that anything's possible, and you can never really say it never in this business. 100%. Yeah. I wouldn't have thought we'd be here a couple of years ago. That's for sure. Right? I know. Real quick, another super chat. We've got a couple more to go through here that have come through. I thank you guys. Johnny, what's up, Johnny? How you doing, buddy? 2 of my favorite Scream and horror channels on YouTube. Love WDW watch the movie videos as well. Absolutely, man. Well, thank you. I'm so glad that we are 2 of your favorites. That's amazing. As a fellow Stu truther, along with Craven, makes a perfect stream. Well, I think so. I'm having fun, Mike. I don't know about you, buddy. Get up, Johnny. I'm having a great time, buddy. Having an awesome time. This is awesome. Johnny, thank you, brother, so much for your super chat, your support. And appreciate it. Glad that we can bring you some entertainment, and it's great to be one of your favorites, man. It's great to be known as a favorite of somebody, right? That's awesome. Heck yeah. Super Tenor, what's up, brother? With a $2 super chat tonight. Says, hey, Stephen, Mike, and fam. Craven, and we watched the movie forever. There we go. Yes. Thanks, buddy. Love it. Hell yeah. I like the whole cut of that guy's jib. I want to go on runs with him. Yeah, but man. I don't know why. I just feel safe. Exactly. Let's go bench some weights, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, but some bench press. And Anthony at Child of the Corn sent in $5 over. Thank you, brother. We appreciate that. Says Craven and Mike on the same stream. LFG. All right, man. Well, that's how I feel tonight. I'm having a great time. Who would win a Ghostface Rumble
2 new Scream movies coming. How lucky we are. In Kevin We Trust. Yes. Yeah. I just say stamp of approval.
Child Corn's an awesome guy. By the way, he changed his
Yes.
logo, just so you know. His face wasn't in it before. He added his face to it. I don't know.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
the thing he did there. It's fancy. We see what you're doing, Child with the Corn.
Yeah, man. He's a good guy. He's really good. He's been a part of the community here for a very long time. Always great to see you here, Anthony. Appreciate you, man. And in Kevin We Trust, that's the motto I'm with as well. I don't think Kevin will let this movie be bad at all. I think there's no way he would avoid that at all costs.
Fascinating, isn't it? Like it's fascinating. Like I don't know how much he's directed. I mean, he directed what?
Only one other movie, Teaching Mrs. Tingle.
So he wrote like Venom and some other stuff.
But
like
he wrote tons. No.
Yeah, and then Teach and Sick and all that stuff. But like, yeah, it's hard to believe like that's the only thing he directed. And again, Teaching Mrs. Tingle is another one of those cases where there's studio interference and all that stuff. So you can't truly judge him just on that. I think he'll kill it.
I do too. And when you saw Nev's Campbell, right? Basically, Nev's statement when she signed on, she told Kevin, she went and told Kevin, she says, Kevin, I think you need to direct this. And he was like, no. Okay. But it was really Nev actually that pushed him to direct the movie. And I think Nev knows what's going on. She knows the deal. And
couldn't be a better choice, man.
It really couldn't, honestly. I agree.
And like, even if the movie fails, which I don't think it will, but even if it sucks, it'll be like, hey, it was cool to see Kevin Williamson give it a shot.
Exactly. That's right.
And we know we'll ever get to Craven coming back to direct it himself, I think. I
think you're right, buddy, because Kevin knows the Craven. I don't want to say formula because Craven was never formulatic per se, but he knows the style of Scream movies that Wes wanted to make or Wes made. And who better to emulate that in a way and bring that home to 7.
And I think he's also not afraid to take big swings too. Like if you look at some of the lost scripts where he had Stu coming back in Scream 3, like Kevin's never been averse to taking big risks. So I don't think we're going to get a huge nostalgia fest. I think it's going to be you're going to get that nostalgia, but you're also going to get them pushing the needle forward a little bit. That's what I'm hoping for.
I hope so too. Knowing that we have Scream 8 already approved and greenlit, they're going to film first quarter of next year. They're going to probably be filming Scream 8 before 7 even comes out in theaters.
Yeah, they clearly have a plan.
Clearly a plan. And my thought is I'm rabbit trailing this a little bit, but I think it's going to be a new Sidney trilogy. Do you think we're going to get a trilogy, man?
Ooh, I would love to. I would really love to see that. I think more than anything, my brain just goes to, I think this is going to be the first time that we don't see Ghostface, possibly one of two things. Like, I think either it's going to be unmasked and it's going to be Stu, and then he's going to get away. Or, well, I guess 3 things. You could have one of 2 Ghostface get unmasked and beaten so that you have that finality to it. You feel like the movie was complete. But I think that this is going to be the first time we see a Ghostface get away. And then them leave you wondering who the other Ghostface is until the next movie.
That's right.
Would be cool.
Bingo. I 100% agree. You know, Kevin Williamson wanted to do a cliffhanger ending in Scream 2. Wes Craven overruled him, and he wanted to do a hangover. Maybe one of those two. But he wanted to do a cliffhanger ending in Scream 4.
I get those sometimes. I don't know about you.
Occasionally, what are you going to do, man? You got to bite the bullet. But he also wanted to do a cliffhanger in Scream 4, and Wes decided to have Jill be killed in the hospital. So Kevin has a documented history of wanting to do cliffhangers. No one's stopping him now. He's running the show, and I'm with you. I really almost anticipate a cliffhanger. I think it's going to happen. And for me, I think it comes down to, of course, I'm going to go with the assumption Stu is alive because that's my position. If he is alive, right? And that's what we're hoping. We're going to get into Stu more in a minute, but I just want to say, ties into what you said, that cliffhanger ending where we think it's all resolved, like all these ghost faces however many are unmasked, everything's done, and then Sidney gets a phone call, And it's all of a sudden she hears, "I still have a thing for you, Sid," or
Yeah.
just, something like that, right? And then she's like, then the movie goes to credits. That's how it ends. Something like that, right?
Who's not showing up for Scream 8 if that happens? I mean,
oh my gosh, dude.
right?
Seriously.
Jeez.
Yeah. Huge. So Anthony, Child of the Corn, thank you, brother. I appreciate it so much. And I haven't done a super chat clip. And Mike, just so you know, in case you're not aware, for super chats, generally I play a crazy wonky clip just for fun. But I want to play just one quick clip because you brought it up. We all know about it, talking about Stu Macher, that he was going to come back in Scream 3. And people say, well, how do you really know that? Well, let Matthew say it for himself. Here we go. We'll be right back. Check it out.
Well, I have an incredible piece of trivia, which probably nobody really knows, that Scream 3 was in pre-production, and I had actually been hired to come back in Scream 3 as the killer. And then when Columbine broke out, they scratched the entire script. They scrapped it. Because it had something to do with high school and taking over kids and making them do terrible things. And the producers were like, Wes was like, we have to, Bob was, we can't go this way. And so I actually was paid to be in Scream 3 and never had a chance to fulfill it.
There you go, Mike.
I'm so glad you played that. Hey, by the way, shout out you. That's some good stuff, dude. That's you know how many times I wish I had that like on ready to go, and or someone's like, Stu's dead. Everybody knows Stu's dead. I'm like, yeah, that thing ready to go. That's professionalism right there. I love it. It's true too.
Thank you,
it's from
Mike.
the man's mouth himself. Yeah.
I mean, it's right there. It's like there's no even discussion. It's literally him saying it, and so it's like that should be like, quick, okay, next topic, because it's obviously Kevin Williamson and Wes Craven both had written him alive. They had a way for him to be alive. So in their eyes, he was a living character in Scream 3.
Right. And so in their eyes, he survived. Right.
He survived it. And
one thing I think gets lost in translation with people that I get when people are like, Stu's dead, get over it. I get it in a sense because at this point in the franchise, you can't have Stu come back and be like, I've been in jail. You can't have Stu come back and been like, I've been in a mental asylum. And that's what everybody assumes would be the natural storyline, right? Like he's been in jail, he's been in a mental asylum, but like the franchise has acknowledged that he's at least supposed to be dead. And even if they hadn't, at this point, Sidney or someone would have mentioned that he's rotting in a jail cell where he should be. Like it has to, if you bring Stu back, it's got to be a fake death. I mean, it's going to be hard to write, but like the tea leaves are there, man.
No, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just the cop, like the sheriff, right? Who seems so important. And I know that was Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson creating a red herring. He had the same boots as Ghostface did, the ones that drop down the stall. And then the camera, when he's smoking a ciggy and Dewey's eating the ice cream cone, the camera makes a point to show the sheriff's boots that are the exact same.
Yep.
And like, I mean, how easy would it be? Like, hey, Stu's parents are rich. Look at his house.
That's right.
The sheriff owed them money for whatever bad deal gone wrong, whatever backdoor gambling, whatever you want to do. And he helped secure the faking of Stu's death for his parents. And it's a good writer can do it. I can't, but a good writer can do it.
Dude, you and I are 100% on the same page. That's exactly what I feel and how it should be done. I mean, because this is a small town, right? This is a small town, and it's a lot easier to, if you have a corrupt sheriff, or maybe the Machers funded his election to be voted as sheriff, and he owes
a small rich town, right?
Yes, small rich
money
town
flowing through there.
That's right. That's very rich town, and it's so plausible in my mind, Mike. It makes so much sense to me. Like you could easily do that. Like if with a good writer, like you said, that could be done. And yeah, I'm just, I'm glad we're touching on Stu now because we got about 25 more minutes. We got a little more time.
But I feel like I'm in my own echo chamber tonight. Like someone finally like agrees with me on Stu being alive. Like I know a lot of people do, but it's definitely yeah. It's true. It's nice to hear it. I say it to myself in the mirror at night when I can't sleep. and my reflection makes me feel better. But it's nice to see another human being feel this way.
Absolutely, man. I love it, dude. Real quick, we got a couple more, a few more super chats. Let's get to, and then we're going to get back to some theories of our own. But Stella G, hey Stella, thank you so much for the $5 for the channel. Says Scream 5's teaser came out 94. Oh, Stella's got the numbers. 94 days before the movie, and Scream 6 teaser 86 days before. Man, Stella has locked it in. Stella, thank you.
Is beautiful. So what's the Scream release date?
So the Scream release date is February 27th, 2026. So
someone's got to be good at math here because I'm not.
I think 90. If you split the difference, it's 90. You average just 90 days.
Okay, so that 3 months.
3 months. So that's December, November, December.
That would be
December.
November.
It's December. December. No, that's not right. No, I'm sorry. November.
Oh, yeah. It's November, right?
It's the end of November.
This is why we do YouTube.
This is why.
Not engineers. No.
Heck no. No. Or accountants, by that matter.
But you know what? It takes creativity in the brain, and you're right. I mean, if it's going to come out in November anyway, and the movie's complete, they're probably going to release it in October.
That's right.
Yeah.
A teaser in October, full blown trailer in Thanksgiving week.
Split the difference.
That's
Just
right.
skip November entirely and do it that way. Beautiful. I love it.
I think it's great. Stella,
mark it.
You are awesome, Stella. You always come with the data, and that's so amazing. Thank you. Woohoo. All right. Johnny is sending in a $5 super chat again. Thanks, Johnny. In the Scream 7 trailer, all the previous killers should narrate the trailer in different parts. That would be awesome. So we would hear Roman, Jill, Charlie. What do you think, man? That would be really cool.
That's an awesome idea, dude. I always tell like the subscribers on our channel, like, you guys tell me, because like you guys always come up with the cool stuff. Like I can't think, I don't think of half this stuff, and it's why I love doing like news and stuff in the live streams, because like you don't have to sit and think about everything before you make a video, because people in the chat always come up with way cooler ideas to talk about, right? Just like Johnny did, dude. That would be genius. That would be so cool.
It would be so cool, and it would also have given a throwback, to the history of the franchise and Kevin, and just man, look. Okay, here's the deal, Mike. If they haven't, we got to get this information to Spyglass, dude.
Yeah,
and we got to get a hold of someone in marketing and say, look, here's the deal. This needs to happen.
Johnny's handsome and smart. He's a double threat kind of guy. I love it.
He is a double threat.
Well done, sir.
Thanks, Johnny. Much appreciated. And oh my gosh. Oh man. Anthony says, Craven, why is Bledsoe a better quarterback than Favre? Anthony,
he's trying to start a fight.
He's trying to throw down because he knows Bledsoe is my favorite quarterback of all time. We'll get into it, brother. Not tonight, but I will continue that discussion.
I'm not, hey, buddy. You can have it. I'm not defending Favre any longer.
No, how could you, right?
Yeah, after what's happened, you're not going to see me doing that. Drew Bledsoe, definitely better human being, no doubt about that.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I think even Anthony should agree with us on that.
Hell, Brett Favre agrees with us on that.
That's right. Oh gosh. Hey, Dano sends in a $6 super chat. Thank you, brother. Sidney and Stu, brother and sister. Whoa, hold on. Maureen and Stu look alike. Maureen's got around. Thoughts?
Oh man, whoa. Maureen's I won't say it on your channel here, but Maureen is the gift that just keeps on giving, isn't she?
She's the town bike. Yeah, that's for sure.
That's a petri dish for pain.
Yeah. Yes. I don't know, man. I don't know about this, Mike. What do you think? Isn't that a little? Would that be too way out there if they revealed this to us? How would you think?
Just Maureen is, she's such a minx. It's anything is possible. Anything is possible when it comes to that. I've never considered it. Honestly, I feel like who would be that surprised, really, when you think about it? Be like, yeah, giving Marines pass, that checks out. I've got to have a hard time not believing Dan right now that could be what happened.
Yeah. Dan, look, I said it earlier. Anything can happen, man. I mean, we've seen some stuff. Now, the Scream franchise, thankfully, hasn't gotten I don't think it's gotten out there like crazy run. We've seen other franchises do crazy stuff. We don't want to talk about Halloween 6 and the whole Michael with his, niece thing going on there. We're not gonna.
Yeah. Hell, 3 didn't make it to 2 movies before they got weird with the spigot. I mean, it's just yeah.
You're right.
So
you're right.
Checks out.
So Dan, we'll have to see, man. Seriously, we'll have to wait and see. Like you said, she was certainly available for visitors. So apparently, you never know.
That's a nice way of putting it. She was available for visitors at all hours. Yeah, hours. That's a very gentlemanly way of putting it. For sure.
Oh gosh. And hey, Kay. Hey, what's up, Kay? With the $5 super chat. Glad you can make it tonight live. It's great. So glad to be here tonight with you, Stephen and Mike. Both great content creators, and happy to know you both. Oh, thank you. That's so nice.
Is that Kay from Twitter? I think I know.
Yeah,
Kay
that's Kay from Twitter. So. It sure
she's
is.
Great, man. She's the best.
Yes, she really is. That's very nice of you to say, Kay. I can say on behalf of both of us, we appreciate that. That means a lot. That's very cool. And look here, speaking of Sarah Campbell,
in my head, I wasn't laughing at Kay. The available for visitors was just.
Oh, I know.
It just got me again.
hey, man, you can feel free to use it on your channel. You can take it anytime you want.
Oh, no vacancy. Yeah, vacancy. I always get those confused. Yeah.
And you know what? This is awesome, man. Sarah, you're fantastic. She has gifted 5 memberships to the channel tonight. As the community continues to grow. That's awesome, Sarah. Thank you for helping
Sarah
to bring.
Rules, man.
She does rule, man. I mean, I'm telling you right now. And Siri wants to get involved in our conversation, but we don't need you. We don't need you over here, Siri. Sarah, thank you so much.
I was like, wow, that was a sharp turn. I thought you were going to say. I thought you were talking to Sarah.
No.
I was like, wow.
My phone Siri just turned on. She started talking. I'm like, we don't need you in the. That would have been awful, wouldn't it? No, Sarah, that was not for you. That was for Siri on my phone. Thank you, Sarah, for gifting the memberships. Really, that's very kind and generous. And hey, we got bringing more people into the fold. To be a Cravenite in the inner circle of the cult of Craven. So it's great to have you. And welcome all of you new members. Welcome, enjoy it. All right, and Anthony's back with another super chat. Best piece of Scream memorabilia you guys own. Oh my gosh. Wow. Mike, do you want to go first on this? Or
that is I will. But I feel like I'm gonna disappoint and be unfair to something awesome that someone has sent. But I'm just gonna go with the first place my brain went. I won't say the best because it's like your babies, you can't pick a favorite.
That's right.
But because we used to do these unboxings and people would send the craziest stuff that would just blow me away, and there's so much cool screen stuff in there. But for some reason my brain went directly to a Jiffy Pop. I didn't know this existed. It's like the one that Drew Barrymore uses in the first Scream movie, and it's a Jiffy Pop that like has Scream on it, and I've just always adored that thing.
Oh, that's cool.
I kind of want to cook it, but I won't because
I'm
fat like that, so I might one day. If I have too many.
Well, if you have to, you have to, Mike.
Yeah, but I won't. But yeah, that's where my brain went. But there's definitely cooler stuff.
Yeah, well, no, that's pretty cool though. It is. I think for me is actually there's a couple of things. One is for my birthday, just back in December. The Night Watch Zone, great friends of mine. We're close friends, great content creator. You guys here on the channel in the community, you know what I'm talking about, Night and Coriander. Well, Coriander, she made a little figure. I'm losing the words. She, quilted like a quilt figure, like a little doll, and soft. It's like this tall. It's pretty good size. of Stu Macher for me from scratch.
Nice.
And it comes with the Ghostface mask and robe, everything. You can take it off, put it back on.
Oh, that's
really
cool.
It was really neat. It was done by hand, and so it has a real special meaning to me. But it's something else I got that I just got in last week. I just recently met the stunt coordinator for Scream 5, John Copeman, and he sent me a package, and in this package is a mask that was given out, but to the crew at Scream 5 that they wore for the COVID mask.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
It's so cool, and a hat that all of the stunt crew were given to wear on set. And then he sent me a T-shirt that Radio Silence, the directors, made to give to all the cast and crew. And I
Dude,
have that
that's crazy.
T-shirt. It's nuts. It's in my closet over here. And it's so cool to have this actual given to me by the stunt coordinator, an actual shirt from the crew on the crew.
That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. And by the way, I was telling Craven this before we went live on here, but you, man, I got to give you credit. I'll briefly, but like, because I know you got a lot of stuff to get to, but dude, you get the best guests. Like, you do such a good job of finding people and getting interesting people too. Like, those are always the most interesting people to talk to.
Yes.
Like, I love talking to script writers. They're the best, but like, the stunt coordinators or the stunt actors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Looking through your channel, man, you do. And I know that's hard work. That's hard to narrow people down and to pick interesting people that other people haven't thought of. And it's not like, obviously, if you're, I don't want to name any names, but if you're a certain person, like, of course they get, because they're going to have 1 million viewers on it or whatever like that. But like, to go out and find really interesting people to talk to that so many people wouldn't even consider, but is such a cool and interesting perspective. Like, not a lot of people are smart like that. So good job on you, man.
Well, thank you, Mike. That honestly, man, that really means a lot to me, bro. It really does. I appreciate that. And you know the work that it takes to do this, what I like to say, the right way, because I want to do things the right way. And that means a lot, man. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Man. It's true.
Wow, that's awesome. Wow, you made my night already. In fact, you know what? Why don't we just talk for the next 10 minutes about how wonderful I am? I think that we can just end the stream there.
I'll do that if that's what you want. You talk about your eyes, whatever you like. I'm here for it.
Dude, I appreciate it. But you know what? We'd probably lose everybody. We'd be long gone. And it'd just be you and me.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
That's right. Stella with another super chat. Thank you, Stella. Says, definitely need to hear Surprise Sidney in Scream 7. Yeah. Don't you think we need to hear it, Mike?
Man, the end of Scream 6, when the third Ghostface was there.
Yes.
And I knew everybody spoils this crap all the time, like, of course it's not going to be Stu, but when that third Ghostface was there and they hadn't been unmasked, I still sat up in my seat a little bit. I was like, hey, maybe I'm just the luckiest guy in the world and I didn't have it spoiled for me. And that's about to be Stu under there. And of course it was Quinn. And I was like, but
I know
that's what I wanted to hear. I wanted the mask come off and the surprise Sidney. Oh man, that would be crazy. Even if he's AI, like they say, I think we'll get that though. That'll probably be like the first line out of the AI phone call, if that's the case.
Oh, I hope so. Oh my gosh, I hope so. It would be so wonderful. It would be beyond wonderful. That's not even the right adjective. It'd be one of those moments where you just almost pass out. I'd be literally, if there was any popcorn left, it would be on the floor. My drink would be all over the floor. There's just, and just no way. Because it would be like, it really happened. Like, I've been wanting this for 30 years. It's actually happening.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those things you have to watch right afterwards immediately just to
that's right.
Take it in as a normal person, because my brain's going to be like a fried egg the entire time I'm watching it take place. And then I'm just going to want to call people and scream at them like I told you so, even though I don't know exactly who to call. I'm just going to it's going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, gosh, I hope it happens, man. Real quick, Denisha, 29 months, a channel member. My goodness, Denisha, thank you so much. Says, I miss you, buddy, and being a mod, but Stu is back and I love it. Steven and Mike, you're so awesome. Love the channel. All right, there you go, man. All right.
Heck yeah, Denisha. Thank you.
That's awesome, Denisha. Appreciate you so much. We got a couple more super chats to get through. I know Mike and I haven't. I want to get to everybody's super chats. Otherwise,
hey, take your time, man. Take your time. It's all good.
I appreciate it, buddy. I appreciate that. Mr. Beer with the $5 tonight. Thank you so much. Says, thank you, Steven, for doing this. Mike, I am very proud of you. Thanks, guys.
Dad,
hey.
I've been waiting on you to say that for so long.
Thanks, where's the music? Let me get the music.
I needed this. On the day before Father's Day, I finally hear it for the first time. No, thanks, buddy.
Making me sad. No, it's awesome. Thank you, Mr. Beer, for the support. As always, I love you guys. Appreciate what you guys do. DJ with a $3.70 super chat. Well, that is a very specific, very honed in amount. And I appreciate it. Tariffs. There you go. I love it. Dude, you're so quick, Mike. You're so quick. I just love it. Thanks,
I almost made a joke that I should have made, and I'm just going to let you know that I didn't make it.
Well, okay. I'm proud of you, brother.
Those of you who want to send your brain there, you can, and you're welcome to.
I'm sure they will. Says TJ says, should Scream 7 and 8 have more kills than the others? Yeah. Right. Always. Yeah. I always want to amp it up. Right, Mike?
Yeah. Got to. Scream 6 had a lot. Scream 5 had a lot.
Yeah.
No horror fan's going to be like, you know what? I'd like less horror in this horror movie. I feel like
let's dial it down.
Yeah, even Halloween Kills. You can say whatever you want to about that movie, but by God, it had kills, and those were nice.
It was so good. That's my favorite of the Gordon Green trilogy. I love Halloween Kills.
Yeah, that was a slasher to its core, man. That came out in the 80s. We'd be talking about it today like it was, one of the greatest things since sliced bread, even with the bad dialogue and whatnot.
Even when even with the 20 minutes of Evil Dies Tonight, which could have been cut down into 10 minutes. Easily, but that's okay. I'll still take that movie. It was great. Yeah. All right, DJ. Thank you, buddy. And I think we got one more super chat here that's come in. And we'll get to this. Robin with a $5 super chat. I remember Kevin saying he had ideas for Scream 5 and 6 in 2012, but never got off the ground. I think Kevin will use those ideas for 8 and 9. Yeah. Mike, go ahead. What do you think?
Man, that's a really smart place. I know you, Robin, too. I've seen you, and I really want you to stop trying to enter my home. But apart from that, I will say that he's absolutely correct. I mean, Kevin Williamson's been an executive producer, right, on this whole thing, and you wonder how much did he have? But then that thing came out the other day where he was like. He was really had his fingers in everything that was going on, So I think he probably definitely had his ideas, and this would be once those things percolate and you add more to it I think you're 100% right, dude. Definitely. And we'll probably find out after the movie's over. Once all the spoilers are out there and everybody's had a chance to see it, we'll probably be able to revisit this, and Robin will be 100% correct.
It would not surprise me at all as well. I think, good thing is Kevin, and man, Mike, you just know that even though Guy Busick wrote this script, I refuse to believe that Kevin spent a whole year in not making some red lines and some changes and tweaks.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be more of a hybrid script between Guy and Kevin, but Kevin won't get writing credit. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and he wrote part of Halloween H2O, right? Didn't really get writing credit for that. I mean, if you look at it that way. So I don't think he's the kind of guy that seems to care about stuff like that. So I think you're 100% right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder what he thought about Dewey dying. I wonder if I feel like Kevin would have been like, nah, I don't like that at all. Yeah. At least in my heart of hearts, because I hate it. So
I hate it so
maybe that's
bad.
why Dewey's back in one way or another.
In some way or another. And that, we didn't even got to even talk about that yet. Goodness gracious, time flies by so fast. Robin, thank you so much for that super chat. It really does help the channel. And yeah, man, we'll I think Kevin's ideas are going to be in 7 and 8. A lot of his ideas are going to be in 7. And who knows with 8? What if they let him write and direct it? What if they give him the writing?
Yeah, I mean, who knows, man? Like, Guy Busick's a worker. Like, I mean, he's been doing a bunch of stuff, right? So it's like Mike Flanagan. Like every 5 minutes, there's a new Flanagan project coming out, and Guy Busick doesn't get a lot of credit for how much he just did. He just did Final Destination, right? He was just a part of that. So
he sure did.
Co-wrote. I believe that's a total possibility for sure. And maybe at least, if nothing else, Kevin Williamson will get a writing credit on 8. And I think one of the scoopers said. One of the legit scoopers, I should say, said that the idea is for Kevin Williamson to direct 8 as well, right?
Yes, that's right. That's the latest news. Kevin's on his Production Weekly. He's already listed to direct Scream 8. So
yeah. Oh, so I mean that tells you right there how Spyglass and the people who have seen Scream 7 feel about it, right? It's got to be a banger. So
it's got to be. So happy. Do you want to hear a little? Have you had a chance, Mike, to look at any of the not set photos because it's location photos for Pine Grove, Indiana yet? You probably have. I just wanted to see if you've gotten a good look at them.
I always make a joke because like Scream fans are so great, and I make a joke of it, but they really are great. But like I always make a joke that like literally everything from the set, because when people are like, why did they announce Stu coming back? I'm like, cause like people are taking pictures of toilets. You know, like fans are finding dirty toilets and posting them online from the town they're filming. There's no way that Matthew Lillard would have been on set and no one would have leaked it. So
no.
Might as well get ahead of it early and do it that way. But yeah, I've seen some of them. It's in Indiana, right? Pine Grove, Indiana is where it's
Pine Grove, Indiana. And I have a little video. It's real short. It's like 1 minute and 20 seconds. Would you like to take a look at some of the more of the pictures? And next, I have a question I want to ask you about it.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Here we go. Pine Grove, Indiana, where we are going, ladies and gentlemen, for Scream 7. Crank it up. We'll be right back. There it is, Pine Grove, Indiana.
All in one place. That was cool.
Awesome, man. I'm glad you like that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And the reason I included the inside, those last shots there, that was the inside of the bar where they spent the first 5 days shooting with Mason Gooding and Celeste O'Connor. And that was all done inside shooting at night. And so my insider who was actually on location, went in and got all those pictures for me. And that's why you saw my thumbnail. If you're wondering why everything was in yellow with Craven, those were first exclusive pictures no one had ever seen.
Right on, man. Nice.
I was able to break those for the first time. So I wanted to watermark them. But the last like 5 pictures inside the bar, there's rumored to be a really significant chase scene. And did you see how big that place was and how they could run through doors? And I think Ghostface is chasing Chad and in that place is what I'm predicting.
I'm going to be honest, I was real confused about the accoutrement. Like we had some We had some Atlanta Braves. There was a Philadelphia Eagles nest thing. I'm like, what is this? This bar has no distinct personality as far as what teams they're rooting for, which is upsetting for me personally. But apart from that, you're 100% right. Like I love the small town feel of the entire thing. Like,
isn't it right?
That's so cool. Yeah,
I love it too. And you saw Craven Plaza, which I thought was so amazing. The first picture, Kevin put Craven Plaza. How great is that? Like, yes. Yeah. And when I was talking to my source that was on site doing all the pictures, he said, because he was actually watching them film the movie. I mean, like they had sacks of leaves there because it was supposed to be fall. So, you know, it's kind of like the old Halloween story. Remember when they were getting the garbage sacks of leaves and blowing them with the fans? That's what they were doing with this big fan. And he said, man, just being there in person, it felt like I was at Woodsboro and like the old Scream movies.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's what he felt.
It's a palpable thing. Like we were in, oh gosh, I think my brother-in-law is in the Marines, and we went to visit them up in North Carolina. And I can't remember the exact town that we were in, but we were just driving through it. And I started looking around and I thought, like, this feels familiar to me. And we looked it up, and sure enough, I can't remember. It was like Dawson's Creek was like one place that was filmed there, but I'm pretty sure like we went through one of the places that they filmed one of the Scream things. And it's like you can sense it, man. It's a distinct thing. And I feel like those pictures definitely had that.
I think so too, man. It's seriously just, they make me feel like, oh, this is going to be, Kevin's going to do it. He's going to give us that OG Scream feel, those, you know, and I just really believe that's what we're going to get mixed with, as we talked about Marco. I think it's kind of a done deal, man. I really think it is from that perspective. Now, look, we're getting short on time, and I want to be very respectful of your time, Mike. And I'm not going to go crazy. I don't want to, go overboard with your
no worries, kindness. Man. You're all set. Don't worry about it at all. We're good.
We're okay. You sure? I just want to make sure.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, brother.
Worst case scenario, I might have to tinkle, but I think we'll be okay.
Well, you know what? Anytime, you go right ahead. Anytime. Just on camera.
Getting old. Getting a short bladder.
Understood. No, all right, man. So having seen the pictures, everything let's I got another little bit of inside info. You may have heard it already. But this was also gained by my source, who was talking to one of the production people that was there as part of the crew. And do you want me to give you? It doesn't reveal who or anything. It's just free. You okay with that? I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. So basically, what the crew,
Stu, isn't it? I knew it. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang it. You didn't let me get it out. No. No, he told him. He said, I could tell you that in this movie, there's going to be a Ghostface revealed outside during the day. They're going to actually do an unmask. The reveal's
going to be during the day.
He said a Ghostface.
Okay.
A Ghostface will be revealed outside in the daytime, unmasked. Never happened before in a Scream film where they've actually been unmasked. Yeah, it's different. So
I like it.
I like it too, man. I think it's Kevin again doing something a little bit undone before and making his own, signature a little bit, maybe.
Like, I mean, to me, one of the biggest themes of Scream, like one of the biggest pieces of DNA that they've had, is they always seem to take their characters or people who are dying and put them in situations where help is just in arm's reach and they just can't get there. From the opening kill where her parents are right there and she can't scream, and it goes back to that bad dream where you see something about to happen and you can't, your voice is gone. Same thing they did with Judy Hicks, right? Judy.
Oh gosh.
Judy. That's sad. When she gets killed on her front step right in broad daylight in the middle of a suburban neighborhood and nobody knows. I think Scream's really good at that. And it's one of those things that, like, Kevin Williamson has the pulse on. He knows exactly how to hit those beats. And I'm willing to bet if that's a true situation, then that's probably a situation that's going to feel like that. It's going to be in broad daylight where someone's like right there And
Mhm.
Ghostface just pulls off his mask and he's like, well, no one cares. Like, no one's going to do anything. You're screwed.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
that'll be cool.
Yep.
I like it.
I like it too. Yeah, man. I think it's going to be again something unexpected, and even though we know it's going to happen, we don't know when or who it is. We don't know all that stuff's a mystery. So, now I want to ask you about something else. So in Kevin Williamson's original Scream 3 script, right, and Matthew alluded to it earlier on the video. Basically, he was going to be in charge of a cult. I'm just going to call it a cult of Ghostface. These high school kids, several of them, and they were all killing people. And Stu was directing them. Well, in Scream 7, we have the high school drama club, because the Scream 3 script was they were going to be part of a horror book club or horror movie club.
Yeah.
Well, in 7, Mike, there is a high school drama club, which I believe Tatum, which Sidney's oldest daughter, will be a part of that. And they're going to be on stage. And do you think there's any chance, let's just say Kevin is drawing a little parallel and he's going to bring that idea back, but in a different way, with Stu maybe being alive? And I don't know. What do you think? Or is that too obvious? I don't know. What do you think?
No, I thought there's got to be some reference to that. You showed it in the picture there, the play or the drama club.
The drama club. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're putting on that play. I can't remember the name of it, but
Fairy Princess.
Yeah, there you go. And immediately you go back to Sidney and Scream 2, where she was into that stuff. So I thought, like, oh, maybe she owns that, or she's directing a play, because that was her passion in college, right? She was doing all that stuff.
That's right.
But I think that can't just be it's Scream, so it could just be a red herring, but like it definitely would make sense if that somehow ties directly into the plot. And you're right, that Scream 3 script, I don't think they can take directly from it too much, because I feel like Kevin Williamson knows how open that story is, and like how many people know. And hell, they took that idea already in the Kevin Bacon show, The Following, right? They basically used the idea that was supposed to be Scream 3 that Columbine ruined, and made it into a really good Kevin Bacon TV show called The Following, where he's behind bars in jail and running this cult. So obviously you can't take too much from that, but I think you're right. I think there will definitely be some DNA. That makes total sense.
Yeah, I think it does, man. And that leads me to then turning really quickly. And seriously, Mike, whenever you need to go, please don't let me. All right, so we got to get into Stu a little bit more. We just got to, man, because gotta have it. So we saw the breadcrumbs in Scream 5 that were the clues, the breadcrumbs leading that Stu was still alive. I mean, Dewey even whenever oh my gosh, the girl, I don't even remember her name right now, but anyway, they were in the house. She didn't have hardly any role in the movie. She got shot by Amber. You know the one I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, really hot one.
Yeah, that
the
one,
purple.
that
Yeah.
Yes, the hair. She's like, "Who's Stu Macher?"
Excuse me, everyone.
Again?
I apologize for how I remember people.
Well, hey, look, it worked. you figured it out, so it's okay. But yeah, she says when Dewey was there at the Meeks house, she's like, "Who's Stu Macher again?" And Dewey says he's Billy's partner, or a real Looney Tune. Well, he didn't say he was Billy's partner. He said it in the present tense. That's a clue. And then honestly, now I may be getting too deep in the woods, but for you on this one, but I honestly believe Stu was talking to Tara. And I think that they're opening a 5, and I'll tell you why. Because there's some clues in that conversation. Whenever she says, he says, "What's your favorite scary movie?" And she's like, "The Babadook," or and or something, right? And then she says, "Well, it's elevated horror." And he says, "Elevated horror? What's that?" I'm like, wait a minute. If you're in this generation, you know what elevated horror means, Mike. But if you're in your 50s now and you haven't been in touch with a lot of that stuff, he would not know what that means.
No, 100%.
I don't know. I mean, I may be, again, grasping hard, but I think it's a clue. I think it's a little clue there. Maybe I'm wishing.
We tend to do that. I get it. I do the same thing. And that scene, and again, I'm sure you've heard or thought of this yourself, but like I always go back to literally Dewey's death. Like how
Yes.
big Ghostface looked, how that's supposed to be Amber. And you have to give credence to that because this is a franchise that has always said, hey,
Yeah.
there's no continuity. There's no, it never has made sense,
Right.
that Ghostface is going to match the person who's under the mask. Look at the end of Scream 4. Neither Charlie nor Jill could have picked up that kid in the beginning of the movie and thrown them through glass, through a glass door.
The Olivia kill.
Yeah. Well, no, in the
Oh.
opening. Right
The
in
opening. Oh, yeah.
But that one as well. Like, and also Scream 6, the way that they just handled Gail's new boyfriend, which, by the way, how are you going to move on that fast, Gail? What the hell? Dewey just died. Body's not even cold yet. But
right.
apart from that, like,
Exactly.
I still think that, that Ghostface being able to fight Dewey off physically the way they did, and we're supposed to believe that's Amber, is crazy. And again, look at the way that Dewey's killed, from groin to sternum, which is exactly what Stu said in the opening in Scream.
That's right. The fountain.
And and then it's the whole thing. Like, to me, it would make sense if Stu is running a cult and this is his cult and he's running it. But when it comes to the main characters, he probably wanted to kill Gail himself. He probably wanted to kill Dewey himself because these are these close ties that he has. And I think it would be awesome if that's all revealed. Everybody always goes to the same thing. Like, but Amber said that she killed Dewey. And I'm like, okay. But if you're Amber and you're part of Stu's cult and you're this obsessed with him to be in a cult and kill for him, she's not going to give him out. She probably went out of her way to say it was her so they wouldn't suspect it was Stu, if that's the case.
Absolutely,
But,
brother.
Yeah. I know we start to seem like we're putting yarn together like Charlie Day and that gif of but we're hopeful people. That's what we do.
Hopeful people, man. It's right.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't think it's implausible. I don't think it's illogical. It just, you add it all together, it starts to get compelling when you add all this stuff together. And something else very cool, Mike, that you may or may not know, in the Gail apartment attack, there's two things. First thing is, whenever Gail runs to her room to get her pistol, she gets the phone call. Remember? The phone rings in her room and she looks down and it's a 707 area code. Guess what? That's the Woodsboro area code. Nice.
See, that's it. I had no idea.
Yeah,
I've watched that movie 10 times. I've seen that movie 10 times. You know what I mean? Like, I did not realize that. That's awesome.
That's a Woodsboro number calling her, and she's in New York. So wait a second. And then another one, whenever he attacks Gail and he has her on the floor and he raises both of his hands up over his head with the knife. Marcus, my good buddy over at I Shot Him 6 Times, when I was interviewing Lex Laferriere, who played Ghostface in Scream 6. He was the one that actually was in the costume. And he sent in a question, and I thought it was brilliant. He said, was that something that you did on just your own initiative, your own thought? Or were you directed by Radio Silence to do
That's cheeky.
the
That's so
hands?
smart.
Isn't it smart? It's so
Yeah.
And guess what the answer was, Mike? He said, "Oh no, Tyler and what's the guy's name? My gosh, what? Anyway, I'm sorry, but the Radio Silence told him specifically, we want you to hold the knife in both hands above your head." They were directed to do that, Mike. That's the way Stu killed.
You're not helping my Stu obsession. Okay. You're making it worse. This is like an AA meeting where they hand out booze. That's what's happening right now.
Oh, that's right.
That's awesome, man. I had no idea. That's awesome.
Yes.
And I'm going to use that when I fight with people on Twitter at the middle of the night. That Stu's alive. I'm going to steal that from you and I'm going to use it. And I'll show those little people.
Do it. You tell them.
No, that's genuinely, that's awesome. I had no idea. What a cool piece of information.
That's right. I mean, and it's great for conversations because it's like, if they weren't trying to leave a clue, it wouldn't have mattered. But no, they told him to do that. So I'm like, hey. So, Mike, whenever we start to hear things like this here on the channel, man, we get it. It gets real exciting. And sometimes we just got to say what Stu would say, which would be, get it up.
Yeah, I'm ready, baby.
Let's go, Mike.
Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up!
It was fun.
Did you make that?
My good friend Brett James Bishop made that and sent it to me, and I adore
That's
it.
awesome, dude. That's awesome.
So fun.
Hell yeah.
That's right. Hey, Barb says, "Oh, the Stu remix." That's right. You better believe it. Oh, that's great.
I used to take the Michael Myers getting shot at the end of Halloween 4, where he's all
Oh.
like bouncing around.
Yes.
And I put like Taylor Swift songs to it just because it made me laugh. I should probably get a hobby. But yeah, no, I get it. I love stuff like that, man. It's great.
It's so good. Real quick, we got a couple of super chats, then we can start really for real winding this down, brother. You're being so generous.
No worries at all, man.
Anthony from Child of the Corn is back. Hey, buddy, with a $2 super chat. Thank you. He says 7 during the fall. Yep. 8 is the snow. Yes, please. Mike, what say you?
I was literally going to say, like, again, that's why the commenters, the people in the chat, the people who watch, people who care enough to watch these things and pay attention to them, there's a reason for it, man. It's just pure love. That's why they're so much smarter than we are. That never crossed my mind, but I want it. I need it.
Yeah.
Give me Ghostface in the snow.
Ooh.
White robe. What do you think? Yes or no to the white robe? Just for just maybe a scene or two, not the whole movie, but just.
I agree. Not the whole movie. The only thing I was thinking of is, and this is probably stretching it too far because I think, well, we'll see what happens in 7. But if there is a Ghostface cult, what if the Ghostface leader wore a different robe, a white robe, and the rest wore black?
Oh, imagine him like out there, like shepherding all the other Ghostface.
Yes.
That's a cool image. That's a cool image, man. I love it.
I love it too, man. I would dig that, and seeing some Stu Macher and just slicing and dicing people up in the snow and blood flying all over the snow, watching it melt and steam. There's so much fun stuff you could do with deaths and kills in this movie in the snow.
I love it. I love it. Man. I think every horror icon should have their one day in the snow. Hell, why not a Ghostface Christmas movie, dude? I mean, not like obviously he's not going to sing Jingle Bells, but like just like the setting. Like if this one's set in Halloween, take it one step further. Why not just the snow? Why not a Halloween or a Scream Christmas movie? That'd be cool too.
It would be very cool. I would love it. Johnny coming in with a $2 super chat. Matt said at a con he was back as Fairy Godmother. That's right, which is very interesting. So, Mike, I don't know if you heard this, but at one of the conventions a few months back, they asked him if he's back in Scream 7, and he always had the same line. I couldn't tell you if I was. I'd lie to you. But he didn't say that. He said, yeah, I'm back. I'm back as the Fairy Godmother. And then we find out like a month later that they're doing the Fairy Princess play in the drama club. And I'm like, wait a minute.
I have to believe that's like, surely he wouldn't go out of his way to drop a hint that strong. Right? Like maybe it was just in his subconscious from reading the script or something. But like also that would be crazy. And maybe that's maybe the end of the play, we go back and they touch back on Scream 2. That because that scene was really cool. And Kevin Williamson probably loved it too. Where they're all circling around Sidney. And they're like, and the guy has the mask, whatever. What if they kind of recreated a situation sort of like that? And this time it was, dude, that's gonna be such a fascinating thing to go back and look at when the movie comes back and be like, did that actually, was that on purpose?
That's right. That's exactly. Did he really mean to drop that on purpose, thinking people would just joke and laugh and that no one would be actually on location taking pictures of the poster? Which I just happen to have a guy.
Oh, no, I didn't even think about that. You're right. They probably didn't assume that.
Because that hasn't been released by anyone but me. I'm the one that put that out there.
Yeah, you're right. I didn't even think about that. You're right. Well,
that was never supposed to be seen.
Now.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And those are the fun things, right? Like you're not.
Yes.
I'm not ruining the movie. Like you're not spoiling anything. You're not. You're not coming out with something that's has no tangible evidence to it. It's a fun little thread.
Exactly. Yes, that's it. I'm a spoiler-free channel. I don't reveal storylines, character reveals. I would give information like this, like I mentioned, like the poster and and the Ghostface reveal, but we don't know who it is. We don't know anything about it. But yeah, man.
I get myself in trouble sometimes because when I see people like spoiling stuff or like that, not naming anybody or anything like that, but there's some that there's some people that just are they're disingenuous and they say things that they know aren't true or they know don't have any chance of actually being real because it's hard, it's hard. And I'll say one more thing, just one more tiny piece of compliment to you and what you do is when you do a niche audience, doing like horror movies like we do is there's some weeks where it's like, oh man, what are we going to talk about this week?
I know, right?
Specifically, and I know you talk about other stuff, and I, and are very well versed in other stuff, but like, main thing is Scream, right?
Scream is my primary thing.
Yeah, it's hard to, which is great because it's like a super niche, and that's awesome. But like, it's hard to how am I gonna say this in a different way or bring something interesting to my audience, which you do such a good job of with your interviews and stuff like that. And you find really interesting, genuine and authentic ways to bring people value. Whereas there's the other side of that is people will just go and make up stuff and they're doing a niche thing and
they're just trying to get views, man. And I hate
and those are the things that go viral. Like you'll be doing something really cool and interviewing somebody so interesting to the fabric of the franchise.
That's right.
And someone will just be like, hey, my friend who works at McDonald's told me this. And you'll look on Twitter and it'll have 10 billion retweets or whatever. Probably overshooting that number a little bit. But yeah, lies sell, dude. They just sell. So you got to respect when this kind of stuff is fun, though. I think this is good stuff.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
If anything I said just makes sense. I went through the whole buffet.
It tasted good. Every item tasted great.
Haven't had a good tasting buffet in a long time since COVID. So good to hear.
It's hard to find one. That's good. But thank you for that. I take that as a very, very much a compliment. And I only will report on what I know is either a fact or I have a source that is never been wrong kind of thing in the past. Other than that, I don't like to report on a lot of rumors. A lot of those rumors that are out there, Mike, you'll never see them on my channel. I'm not going to do that.
Same.
It's just not right to our audience.
And I mean, I have people that it's not that I think they're lying, but people will tell me stuff and I'm like, that's really cool. I mean, thank you. Because pretty much everybody knows I don't want spoilers. So nobody will give me any spoilers, but like people tell me stuff and I'm like, I'm not going to make a video about it just because I really just want to stick to the stuff just for me that's like official because there's just so much that and I don't want to add to it. But there's definitely nuances to that. You know what I mean? Like, if you believe in your heart something's true or if you're just needing a video for that day.
It's like, oh, what can I come up with that the thumbnail and the title is going to make people stop and click? It's not really about the actual theory, the genuineness of the idea. It's not even that. And
my favorite is they do the whole entire video, and then at the end of the video, it's like, and this information came from a comment on a YouTube channel or on a YouTube video I did. You're like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah.
Exactly. I thought this was like from ABC News or something. This is just some guy in your comment section. What are you gonna do?
Right. What are you gonna do? It's right, exactly. Yeah. You know what? We just stay faithful and truthful and keep our credibility intact. Because your credibility is your number one currency. And if you lose that, you lose everything. No one's gonna ever believe you again. So
you bet.
We don't want to cry wolf. We don't cry wolf here. Now we may kill a wolf, but we don't cry wolf here. All right.
Stupid wolves.
Exactly. Mr. Beer with the $2 says, truly hoping you both get cameos in Scream one day. Dude, could you imagine, Mike? Like Dead Meat got it in 5. Could you imagine if some knuckleheads decided they're gonna put us on a Scream movie cameo?
Of course Dead Meat got it. Of course they did.
I know.
They get everything. Scraps from the rest of us. I'm just kidding. They're lovely people. But like that would be amazing.
It would.
Personally, if they do bring Stu back in any of the ways that we've said, I think both of us would also accept a writer's credit. Maybe just a little writer's credit.
100%.
We'd be co-writers on there.
Co-writers
with you. Yeah,
I would be glad to be co-writer with you, Mike, and make sure they have a little residual royalty clause in there, of course.
I'll take that. Sure.
DVD sales, downloads, all that good stuff.
Yeah. Sugar packet or two, whatever.
Yes, sweeten the deal. Ramona sends in a $10 super chat. Thank you, Ramona. That's very generous. Says I made a video with the song Stu Clues by Songs About Everything. Oh, that's awesome. As well as other Matthew Lillard content. Matt had also winked at me when I told him that Stu Macher is alive. Oh, that's cool. When you saw Matt, that's great. Hey, man,
That's awesome.
It's so cool. And you know, he himself has been advocating for Stu being alive for years, man. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. And Mike, just in case you may not be aware, I interviewed and actually have a real good. He's actually turned out to be a really good friend. We talk a lot. And he's coming back on the channel in July. Alan Robinson, who played Ghostface in Scream 2, and he was Matthew Lillard's stunt double in Scream 1. He's the one that was chasing Nev around over the couch. He's the one that took the TV to the face. That was him. And I asked him about that whole thing.
And he survived. See, he's fine.
He survived great. He's doing fantastic. Sorry. No scars even. I know.
Any chance I can get.
All right, go for it. But here's the thing I thought was interesting. I asked him, I said, what do you think about Stu being alive? And he said, well, he says, I can tell you this. He said, Wes Craven came over to me about that scene to talk about it. And Wes said, you're going to be electrocuted in this scene. He never told me I was going to die. This was going to be a death of a character. He never mentioned that at all. All he said was, you're going to get electrocuted here. That was it. He said, so in my opinion, I'm quoting Alan, who played his stunt double. He said, in my opinion, that leaves a lot of room that he could be alive. So that's
man. That's
right.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's the source.
Again, I feel like I'm at an AA meeting and you're throwing alcohol at my face.
Sorry, bro.
This is you're helping. You're fueling the fire. These are such interesting tidbits. I mean, I think we should just go ahead and just all admit together that Stu's alive at this point. Am I right? I mean, there's so much evidence.
So yes, it's so much evidence. It's overwhelming. Come on, guys, clap for Stu.
Get it up, guys.
Get it up for Stu.
That was the final piece.
Yeah, I think
that was the final piece. I'm with you, dude. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, and even you know, those that think that killed him, if you watch the movie, he's holding his hands up, Mike. Stu is bracing for the hit. And by the way, that TV only fell 3 feet, dude.
I've offered to go to a gymnasium in front of all of our subscribers and let Jay drop a TV on my face just to prove I can survive it. If that's what I have to do, I'll do it. That's right.
Absolutely. I'm with you, brother.
First, maybe. Yeah. That's whatever it takes.
Yes. I mean, it just makes the most sense. The most clues add up. They all add up. If you take one thing, okay, maybe not. But if you do a cumulative case, it makes a lot of sense. It makes
the threads are there.
Yes. Real quick, Anthony, and then we are going to start wrapping up now because we've given Mike's gone 30 more minutes with us, which is incredible. Anthony, want to say thank you for your 33 months of being a subscriber, not a subscriber, excuse me, a channel member of the channel. Worst decision, and dude, you don't think you're going to argue it here. Dewey's death in Scream 5. Oh, he's asking us worst. Or Rachel's death in Halloween 5. Oh, both sacrilege. Love both films regardless. Okay, Mike, I know you love Halloween too. You mean the franchise. And
yeah.
So we're both hard. Those are hardcore for those two. Tell me your thoughts. That's a tough one.
Oh, it's easy. You know, Rachel, just throw her in the dumpster. You know, I that was a terrible death anyways. Like, you're right. It was terrible. She was a star in H4 and she was great.
She was great.
H4 is such an underrated Halloween sequel. If you just fix that darn mask, it'd been perfect. But
I know.
Yeah, that was an embarrassing thing for the franchise to do. But to be fair, it's easy. It's easily Dewey, in my opinion. She was in one movie and she was great. Dewey is like he's the heart of the franchise. I feel like, you know, Sidney's the hero. Yes. But Dewey's the heart of the franchise. I mean, he's also the comedic relief. So I think it was a terrible decision. And I even had Guy Busick on our show, and I had to fight myself. I'm like, you need to keep it calm, buddy. don't yell at this man. We're having a conversation. I didn't. It wasn't really like that at all. But yeah, I will always hate that decision. You know.
Yes, I will too. In fact, when I watch Scream 5 now, confession, I skipped it. I fast forward it. I don't watch it. I refuse to watch it. Dude.
You.
It's too much. It just hurts too much, man.
I don't even care if they bring back if they flash back and they're like, actually, it was Tom Cruise wearing Dewey's face. I'm like, I don't care how stupid that sounds. I'm great with that. I don't care.
I'll take it too.
Yeah,
I would.
Put that man back and Scream, please.
Whatever it takes, retcon it. I don't care.
Yeah,
but have him back as a living character. Somehow he survived everything, and yeah, he's been like off the grid. I'm telling you, man, I would just be ecstatic.
Yeah.
Real quick, Rachel, what's up, my friend? Today is celebrating 7 months in the cult of Craven. So glad to have you, Rachel. 7 months of being a faithful channel member, and your support really helps a lot. Thank you so much. It's awesome. All right, so Mike, as we wrap up now, and we'll call this one to an end. But before we do, just give us your number one. If you had to pick a number one, or yeah, I won't even say number one, just one of your top wishes that we're going to see in Scream 7 outside of Stu, but you can mention Stu, but Stu and something else, or just whatever you want to say, what you really want to see.
Wow. Yeah. That's a great question outside of Stu. Because obviously that's, you and I, that's going to be the thing.
That's it.
Man, if they can make that movie scary, I think that's just going to take it over the top rope. And I know that sounds kind of weird to say, but like, I love the Scream franchise as much as anybody, but has anybody been really frightened by it? It's almost impossible when you have just Ghostface on backpacks. You got Michael Myers on toasters, Freddy Krueger, like they've been around for so long. They're such a commodity. Unless it's your first time, is anyone really frightened by these movies as much as we love them? If they can find a way to tap into that opening scene from Scream and scare us again, I think you might have an all-time film. So that might be a little bit too much to ask. I don't know how I would do it. It's not like I don't expect them to be able to do that, but if they can make it good and scary, man, that'd be pretty damn cool.
That would be amazing. No, yeah, it's okay. It would be amazing, Mike.
Almost made it. I got to the very end and let one slip there.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, hey, look, you're forgiven. Don't worry. You're all good.
Appreciate
but
it.
Kind of tying into what you said for me is I want the mystery back. I want to have a Jill moment again. I haven't had a Jill moment since Scream 4 where I did not see that coming. I want the killer in 7 whoever it is, the mastermind, whatever. I want to truly be surprised. I mean, I want to be like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Moment. Mystery.
That's a great one. Yeah, that's a great point. I don't know if I've ever felt truly surprised, honestly. Like even with Jill, like I don't think I've not guessed it. I've not guessed a lot of them, but I don't think I was ever just like, whoa, I never expected that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So if they did that, I think that would be that's a good one. That's a really good one. Well done.
It'd be great. It'd be wonderful, and it would be so rewatchable. And I'm just so much hope, so much optimism, and I think it's gonna pay off. I'm gonna believe that until that movie comes out, and unless it proves us different, I believe it's gonna be good. And go Stu Macher, #StuTrain, which by the way, GameRant.com has named me the official leader of the Stu Truth movement. I'm very honored by that. Thank you, GameRant.com. Means a lot. I don't know if it's true, but I'll take it and I'll say thank you.
Take it, run with it.
Yes,
all the way.
Very nice, very, very nice. All right, so Mike, listen, man, we've been talking about your channel. For any of those people who've been under a rock that don't know your channel yet, we got some new subscribers tonight. That's all right. That's good that you subscribed tonight. Sarah's also just subscribed tonight, as she's met.
Appreciate it, guys.
So,
or should I say I'm sorry ahead of time?
No, you don't have to do that because it's good stuff. But tell everybody in your own words. I mean, I've already summarized it, but tell the folks what they can expect in a nutshell, real quick. Elevator conversation about your channel.
Pretty easy to do, man. When it's me and Jay, I think what you're gonna get is if you go there, it's basically what you get when you go to the bar after seeing a movie with your friends, and you're just talking about movies together with your buddy. I feel like a lot of people, as we've grown up, it's just a part of it. You lose contact with people. Not a lot of people stick with their friends for so long, and Jay and I are just lucky enough to have been people who have been around each other since we were kids, and we've always been an important part of each other's lives. So we have that, and we're just lucky to be able to share that with people who maybe they do have it and they want more of it, or maybe they don't have it. That's what the channel means to me in the DNA. On the side, I do update videos about movies, but that's what the channel's really about, is best friends talking about movies.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I love
That's
that,
a great
man.
channel too. Pretty much it. Good dudes.
Hey, it's so much fun. Oh, it's great just to watch you guys, man. It's great stuff. And so all of you who have subscribed tonight to Mike's channel, we watched a movie, and I've got it on the screen. It's in the chat. Just click the link. You will not be sorry. I promise you that at all. It's great stuff.
Earmuffs.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It's not. You're not. We're horrible people.
No, you're
deep
not.
down. So just know that going in. Just have the expectations.
There you go. There you go. No, it's fair. You've been warned, so nobody complain.
Yeah.
Nobody complain. And I just want to share real quickly before we log off, because everyone at my second channel, the Movie Bros React, with my partner Mike, which is a lot like you and Jay. Mike and I have been friends for over 30 years, and we are really close best friends. And we talk movies on our channel, the Movie Bros React. Well, tonight we're watching a movie. It is Hell Comes to Frogtown, starring Roddy Piper from the mid-'80s. It is going to be a bomber. We've never seen it, or it may just be a bomb, but we've never seen it. And we're going to watch it live on the channel in literally 20 minutes, 9 p.m. Central. Head over there to the Movie Bros React. And I think you, Sarah, you've been putting a link to go over. There it is, to come join us and come watch the part. Come watch it with us. You know what? We'll suffer together, or we'll enjoy it together. Either way, we're together. It's going to be fun. So be there. Subscribe to Mike's channel. We watched a movie. And guys, if you've enjoyed this stream tonight, and I hope that you have, please smash the thumbs up button on this stream. Let everybody know that you liked it, because it helps the algorithm bring more people to see it in replay. And I would greatly appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't as well, so you can come back for more of these kind of great discussions and amazing people like Mike. Mike, I'm going to meet you backstage, so you just hang tight. And for everyone else, we're going to say goodnight to the chat. Bye, guys. We'll catch you next time, and I hope to see you in 20 minutes. Bye, guys.